training session for agents and brokers. In this particular chapter, we're going to review how to better manage buyers using our platform. But before I get into that, let's talk about a new function that we've added on a global basis. It's the new search function. Here you can search for anything you want and it searches all of our databases. Let's say you're looking for a buyer. In this particular case, I'm going to look for Rob Tade. Bingo, there's Rob Tade. I can select Rob Tade and get more information on him. Let's say that I as an agent, I have a pizza business that I'm selling and I can't remember who it is. You just put pizza and bingo. If it's included in the name, it'll all appear. And if you wanted to search for a particular listing number, bingo, 4178, the first one will be what it is, Rosa's Pizza. Okay? So this is a global function. If we're missing something that you're trying to search on, let me know. Let me make sure that we've covered all of our databases and all the fields that need to be searched on. But to enter the buyer's sphere, we come over here, we click down, and we select buyers. You'll notice here we have a few functions available. Lost buyers are buyers that we've X'd out, and it goes sort of in a garbage can, if you will. You can bring them out of the garbage can, and you'll see how later. The first column here is ad inquiries. So when a buyer inquires through a third-party ad and the home office enters them into the system, the buyer will appear here for 24 hours. Then the buyer will automatically move here after 24 hours to did not view the listing. That means they didn't come to the website, and you as the broker and agent have to give them a call. If you talk to them, great. If you don't, text them and then email them as well. Then if they did register, you'll get the registration here. But these people, for some reason, didn't go through and sign the NDA for this particular listing that they inquired about. So this 5068 Rustic Meatballs, he came, he did register, but he didn't sign an NDA for it. Don't know why. It's the agent's responsibility to give this guy a call and say, hey, how can I help you? And if not, text him and email him. For some reason, this buyer didn't go all the way through the entire process. This is the views. This will appear how many people viewed your listing. Right now, I think the function's not exactly working the way I want to, and I've got to work on it. So you're going to start seeing this pop up for listings that are getting views that particular day. So again, you got to keep your eye on this worksheet. The next one is, did they sign an NDA? And the answer is yes or no. This one did sign the NDA. They did sign an NDA. So your job is to follow up and say, hey, how can I help you get more interested, more information on this particular listing? This buyer has signed 12 NDAs and viewed 13 different listings. If you wanted to click on it, you can do that and see it. Okay? Then this buyer, you can see that he didn't spend much time. He went right to the website pretty quick. He sat there for one day in the registered area, and he's not in the view area right now. Actually, I just moved him over there, and so on. So let me get back here. The important function that you got here is that you can move these tiles around, which a lot of agents didn't seem to understand that you could do that. Now these tiles are created date, when he was created, June 29th, 2017 is when this guy was created in the system. June 25th, and so on. Now if I just wanted to look up one listing for 178, 30 days, bingo. That's what's happened the last 30 days, last 90 days, and so on. Here are the buyers that signed the NDA. Again, follow up, phone call, text, email. If you talk to a buyer, he's a hot buyer, then you move him to the hot buyer column. You can move him right here to the hot buyer column. And that way you can kind of visually keep track of where you are with some of these buyers who are very hot and seem very interested in the property. You can X each one of them out. Let's say that you call this person. You can X them out, and then you can call them back. Oop, let me get back here. You can X it out, and then they're gone. Okay? You can bring back that last buyer. Does this person reactivate? Okay, so that's how you reactivate. Now, if we can click here, let's kind of review the detailed buyer file. Going across the top, you got the listing number, the name of the listing, the number of days on this chart that he's been around. He'd signed an NDA 21 days ago on this particular listing, and he hasn't reached the hot buyer point. We have buyer initial notes. Often buyers will put notes to us. This one didn't have any. We have the buyer information, which you can edit. We have demographics, which you can edit. Then the most important function here is you've got 4 functions of information that helps you kind of keep track and sort of keep a logbook with this buyer. You can take notes, right? And you can send that note to the seller if you like by hitting yes. This only applies if you've input the seller's email address in the listing. And you can save it. And you can see that it shows up as a little note. You can add an activity, call buyer. You can put July, and let's put like 4 o'clock, okay? 4 o'clock. Call this buyer. And you can have the system send you an email if you like, right before. And it shows up as a little calendar to remind you that you've talked and you set up a calendar for this buyer. You can send this buyer an email, and you can write a note. Cafe in San Diego. Hello, Murat. Are you still interested in the cafe in San Diego area? I would probably write a more detailed note, but I'm just trying to keep it simple for right now. You send that note, and it shows up as a email. So you're kind of keeping track of a history log here. Then you can upload documents as well. Let's say that you wanted to upload a document. This is a buyer profile for this guy. Okay, we upload a file. I'm just going to upload something dummy. Let's go over here. A dummy equipment list, but it'll be a buyer profile. Complete the upload, and bingo, buyer profile has been uploaded. Okay? Now you can X these out by knocking that out. Call this buyer. I'm going to get rid of that one. I'm going to get rid of this email that was sent. And I'm going to get rid of this test. So you can kind of keep the log clean for this buyer if you got useless information out there. Don't be deleting all the information, all the buyers, because you're going to need that. And I think that concludes the buyer information section.